Alright, so let's begin. Today we'll continue from where we left yesterday. We were studying the types of entrepreneurs and we covered two bases. The first one was based on economic development and the second one was on the basis of type of business. Okay. The third one we'll study today, which is on the basis of or according to the use of technology. Okay. So the application of new technology in various sectors of the national economy is essential for the further growth of business. We may broadly classify these entrepreneurs on the basis of the use of technology as follows. Okay, so there are three types according to the use of technology, okay, in a business. The first type is technical entrepreneurs. With the decline of joint family business and the rise of scientific and technical institutions, technically classified persons have entered the field of business. These entrepreneurs may enter business to commercially exploit their inventions or discoveries. Okay, so when we talk about technical entrepreneurs, we are trying what happened is earlier the main form of business the major business activity that a lot of people from India were involved in was the joint Hindu family business structure. Okay, you may have studied the forms of business organization, and under that you may have studied the one of the types is joint Hindu family business. So what happens is the ancestors or the parents start the business and run the business, and then that is passed on with the generations to their children and their grandchildren. Okay, but that started fading away because a lot of people did not want to be in the business field. They either wanted to do something else or become professionals, or they had other choices. So what happened is the people from technical backgrounds, what they started doing is instead of looking for jobs, they started making technical discoveries and inventions, and then started trying to sell these discoveries and inventions commercially as a business or a product. Their main asset is technical expertise. Okay, even today when you look around or see various examples of technical of entrepreneurs, a huge majority of the entrepreneurs are based on or have a technical background. Okay, because that helps them to design the product in the production process, in a lot of things. They raise the necessary capital and employ experts in financial, legal, marketing and other areas of business. Okay, so they already have technical expertise, and for other activities such as legal advisory or marketing strategies or financial management, they get other experts or they employ other experts. Their success depends on how they start production and on the acceptance of their product in the market. Okay, so they try to innovate, and if their product is useful from the point of view of customers, it becomes successful. Okay, a lot of technical background entrepreneurs or a lot of people from technical backgrounds have started doing business and have successfully established good businesses. Okay. Next type is non-technical entrepreneurs. Now, non-technical entrepreneurs are those who are not concerned with the technical aspects of the product or service in which they deal. They are concerned only with developing alternative marketing and promotional strategies for their product or service. Okay, so these type of entrepreneurs can involve people who may be doing or maybe continuing their parents' businesses. What they try to do is they try to bring about innovation in the terms of maybe marketing strategies or use of the product or features of the product, or maybe the raw material used in the product. Okay, so they try to sell it in a different way, they try to maybe produce it in a different way. So that is what non-technical entrepreneurs are. Okay, so they are only concerned with developing alternative marketing and promotional strategies. All right, the third and last type of entrepreneur, and according to use of technology, is a professional entrepreneur. Is an entrepreneur who is interested in establishing a business but does not have interest in managing it after establishment. A professional entrepreneur sells out the existing business on good returns and starts another business with a new idea. Such an entrepreneur is dynamic and conceives new ideas to develop alternative projects. Okay, so professional entrepreneurs are those who are interested in establishing businesses but do not have interest in managing it after establishment. Okay, so what they do is they set up the business, they create the product, or they invent or innovate whatever the product is. They start and set up the business, but then they sell it for a whole lot of money, and then maybe create another business and then do the same. All right, so okay, so they are not interested in running it, they are just interested in creating the business. Okay, so they are basically professional entrepreneurs who professionally create businesses for others to run successfully. Okay, next we move on to okay, we covered the use of technology, and the next one is according to motivation. My screen is not visible. Is my screen not visible to anyone? The window? Some it is visible, for now some it is not visible. People who cannot hear me, it's a problem from your side, and please check your your network connection, because everybody is able to hear me now. Okay, now can you see the screen? All right. So next we come to according to motivation. Okay, so there are three types of entrepreneurs according to motivation. What are they? Motivation is the main force that promotes the efforts of the entrepreneur to achieve his or her goals. An entrepreneur is motivated to achieve or prove his excellence in their performance. According to motivation, we can classify entrepreneurs as, first one is pure entrepreneurs. Now, what are pure entrepreneurs? A pure entrepreneur is one who is motivated by psychological, economical, ethical consideration. He or she undertakes an entrepreneurial activity for his or her personal satisfaction in work, ego, or status. Okay? So a pure entrepreneur is the traditional entrepreneur that we have been discussing from the first day. Anyone who is motivated by the psychological aspect of it, the economical aspect of it. Economical aspect means the returns, the money aspect of it. Okay, psychological aspects means the fame, the name that come along with success. Okay, and ethical considerations mean their respect in society, their way of doing business, honesty, etc. Okay, so all these three considerations are very important to the pure entrepreneur, and they take it very seriously. Okay, they get involved in entrepreneurial activity for personal satisfaction, or to prove something, or to create their own name in the world. Okay, or create a status in the world. Second entrepreneur is induced entrepreneur. This type of entrepreneur is one who is induced to take up an entrepreneurial task due to the policy reforms of the government that provide assistance, incentives, concessions, and other facilities to start a venture. So what is an induced entrepreneur? This type of entrepreneur is one who is induced to take up an entrepreneurial task due to the policy reforms of the government that provide assistance, incentives, concessions, and other facilities to start a venture. Okay, so from time to time, as government changes their policies, their norms, etc., there are various schemes or grants that launch, which motivate a lot of people to become entrepreneurs, to get involved in business activities, as a lot of financial and non-financial benefits are attached to these schemes. Okay, like for example, these businesses, if small scale business is set up, or if a handicraft business is set up, or if a business promotes some kind of dying art form, they are given special focus, special help, involving advisory help, involving promotional help, marketing assistance, financial assistance. Obviously, they are also providing a place to work. They are also provided the specific training required. Okay, so these kind of free services that are provided by the government to anyone who starts such any XYZ kind of business that is mentioned in the grant or in the scheme, motivates people to become entrepreneurs. Okay, so induced entrepreneurs do not become entrepreneurs by will, or because they want to achieve something, or because they have an innovative idea. They become entrepreneurs to take advantage of these government schemes. Okay, most of the small scale entrepreneurs belong to this categories. Okay, so as I said, handicraft workers or small scale businesses, these businesses are included in these schemes, and they are helped by the government. belong to this category and enter business due to financial, technical, and several other facilities provided by them to them by the various agencies of the government to promote entrepreneurship. Today, import restrictions and allocations of product quotas to small units have induced many people to start a small scale unit. Okay, so they are not only given financial benefits and advisory benefits, they are also given benefits like lower custom duty or lower registration fee, even tax benefits are given. Okay, so all these things promote or motivate this kind of an induced entrepreneur to become an entrepreneur. Okay, next we come to motivated entrepreneur. New entrepreneurs are motivated by the desire of self fulfillment. What does self fulfillment mean? Can anybody tell me what does self fulfillment mean? Okay, so self-fulfillment means completing their desires and necessities, self-satisfaction. Okay, I don't understand what this is. Then, okay, necessity. Then self-desires are fulfilled. Okay, for their own need, a feeling of satisfaction that you have achieved what you wanted. Yes, very good. So all of you are right. Self-satisfied to have good returns. Yes, so what self-fulfillment mean is fulfilling what I desire for myself. Okay, if I desire to be famous, I fulfill that wish of mine. If I desire to be financially very strong, I do that. Okay, so a motivated entrepreneur is motivated by the desire for self-fulfillment. They work for themselves. Okay, they come into being because of the possibility of making and marketing some new products for the use of consumers. Okay, so they also innovate because innovation helps them to achieve their goals for being self-satisfied, being famous, being successful, and achieving new objectives. They are motivated by rewards like profit. So meaning driving force is always for any entrepreneur, for any businessman, it is always profit. But along with profit, what are the other things what are the other aspects or benefits of being an entrepreneur that motivate you, that we are more concerned with. Okay, so now again I'm not visible, I don't understand what is going on. You can't see me now, Onlu? Can nobody see this line? All the time. Now is it okay? Okay, so after motivated, we come to next type or next. I am not letting anybody in after 10 minutes of starting the class. Please tell everybody. Okay, according to growth. Next is according to growth. We covered according to motivation, then we will according to growth. Okay, one is missing. I think one I have missed out, or maybe the slide got deleted. All right. So according to growth, um, the industrial units are identified as high growth, medium, uh, are identified as high growth, medium growth, and low growth industries. Okay, so there are categories in which the growth of the industry is divided, and as such we have growth entrepreneurs and super growth entrepreneurs. Now, what are growth entrepreneurs? These necessarily take up a high growth industry and choose an industry which has sustained growth prospects. Growth entrepreneurs have both the desire and ability to grow as fast, as large as possible. Okay, so when we talk about growth entrepreneurs, these entrepreneurs take up an already successfully running business or a product. For example, if I say Oppo and Vivo are companies that launched after Android phones and smartphones became successful. Okay, they saw the potential and they saw that these products are really successful and started producing or started their business in this sector. Okay, so they wanted to tap that that section of society or the section of customers that wanted smartphones or Android phones in a affordable price range. Okay, so here what are we focusing on? That they take up an already successful business prospect, okay, and run. Obviously there is a novelty or an innovative aspect attached to it, that they try to innovate with new features, new aspects of the smartphone, bringing out new softwares, small changes in the softwares, and they also brought the technology that was not available in India and was available outside the country to this set of customers, to Indian customers. Okay, so that was the part of innovation. Then super growth entrepreneurs. This category of entrepreneurs is those who have shown enormous growth of performance in their venture. The growth performance is identified by the high turnover of sales, liquidity of funds, and profitability. Okay, so super growth entrepreneurs are also growth entrepreneurs, but the only difference is that they show a higher growth rate. Okay, they show or they prove or they become more successful. They increase their turnover. Their activities are such or their strategies are such that promote their business to become from growth entrepreneurs to super growth entrepreneurs. Okay. All right, next after this we have two more categories left, or two more bases left. One is the other category, but there is, before that there's one more category that has to be explained according to Alright, so under this there are various categories, various types of entrepreneurs. The first one is novice. Novice entrepreneur. Then okay, so under according to entrepreneurial activity, there are three types of entrepreneurs. Okay, first is novice entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurial activity, based on entrepreneurial activity, entrepreneurs are classified into these three categories. What are they? First one is novice entrepreneur. A novice is someone who has started his or her first entrepreneurial venture. A novice entrepreneur is an individual who has no prior business ownership experience as a business founder, inheritor, or a business of a business, or a purchaser of the business. It is not similar to early starters. A novice can also be a 50-year-old with over 25 years of experience in the industry. Okay, so a novice entrepreneur is basically somebody who starts a new business for the very first time or gets involved into entrepreneurship for the very first time. For example, if you all, any of you from your class decide to become an entrepreneur, but you have to keep in mind that your parents were not involved in any kind of business, you did not inherit any kind of business, you did not purchase any kind of business previously. Okay, so the first experience of being a business owner or an entrepreneur, when you get that, that is the type of entrepreneur which novice entrepreneur is talking about. Okay, so this does not even have to do with age. Even an old person or a very young person can be a novice entrepreneur. Okay, 50-40 years of age also, but if you have not been involved in owning any kind of business, you are a novice entrepreneur. Okay, then a serial entrepreneur is someone who is devoted to one venture at a time, but ultimately starts many. It is the process of starting that excites the starter. Once the business is established, the serial entrepreneur may lose interest and think of selling and moving on. Okay, so this is similar to what we there was another one where we saw now. Similarly, yeah, a professional entrepreneur. This one is similar to a professional entrepreneur, but a professional entrepreneur may or may not continue doing that business, or may not sell the business or just close the business. But here, when we talk about a serial entrepreneur, this type of entrepreneurs, they just do business because of the enthusiasm and the feeling of starting the business. There are a lot of activities, there's a lot of chaos involved in when we start a new business. So they are motivated, or they like that kind of enthusiasm. Okay, that's why they keep on starting new businesses, but none of them they continue to work well. Okay, and the last last point is portfolio entrepreneur. A portfolio entrepreneur is an individual who retains an original business and builds a portfolio of additional businesses through inheriting, establishing, or purchasing them. A portfolio entrepreneur starts and runs a number of businesses. It may be a strategy of spreading risk, or it may be that the entrepreneur is simultaneously excited by a variety of opportunities. Also, the entrepreneur may see some synergies between the ventures. Okay, so a lot of big companies or a lot of big brands, we have seen that they start with one product or one service, and then they as they become successful, they get involved in other types of businesses as well. Okay, for example, if we talk about Tata, okay, Tata started with Tata Steel, but then they started venturing in other parts of businesses or other industries as well. Okay, now they have so many other ventures, like they also have hotels or hospitality industry, they have FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, they have other services, other huge companies and investments, they are also involved in real estate, etc. Okay, so these kind of businesses, similarly Reliance also, so these kind of businesses, they start with one business, but as they become successful, they start getting involved in other businesses as well. Okay, so they start to spread their business. It may be because they want to get or experience other industries, or it may be because they want to spread the risk. Risk means risk of failure, risk of financial loss, it can be anything. Alright, so we have covered 6 categories of entrepreneur types. Okay, there is one other left which we will complete in the next class, because there are a lot of points involved in this, so this will take longer time, so we'll continue with this one in the next class, probably next Monday. Okay, tomorrow we'll have the class of MIS, same time. All right, if you have any questions or doubts, you can mail me. Thank you, girls.